What's snap, crackle, and poppin', boys? This lighting I don't think is very good. So today figured I'd do a nice little short and easy thing. It's not a modification necessarily, but it's readjusting your shifter alignment plate. I believe that's the official name of it. If not, I don't care. So basically, symptoms of this, I've had to adjust it a few times, but if you've replaced your clutch recently, if you fucked with your shifter recently, any number of those things, your shifter alignment plate can get out of whack. When I actually first got my car, not only was the shifter alignment plate out of whack, but the shifter was in backwards. So my reverse lockout didn't work. I didn't really even know this car had a reverse lockout, so that was news to me, and it made my life a lot easier because I was scared that I was gonna constantly shift into reverse instead of sixth. And I also had to fish around for fifth. So basically the alignment plate stops the shifter from going too far over to either the left or the right. So if you feel like when you're trying to shift into fifth, you're going too far over to the right, and therefore it's either grinding or it's not letting you go over enough. So like for me, for example, when I shift into fifth, I get this weird, you probably heard that just now. I don't think it's supposed to sound like that. This is every other gear. I'll probably bring the camera down here to show that closer up. Anyways, you can sort of hear that sound I'm talking about. But that's that. And then also sometimes now shifting quickly from first into second, I get a big grind. Not a big grind, but a somewhat decent grind. I'll put a video of that here. Fucking Christ, bro. Okay, so cool. Good news is probably not your synchros. If it might be your synchros, check the plate first. Because I think if you don't torque it down enough, if you shift like a hot boy, which I sort of do. Who the fuck is calling me? Anyways, got a phone call. But so if you are getting some grinds specifically into second or into fifth, or if you're having trouble getting into reverse or your reverse lockout doesn't work, this is probably your issue, or it's a good place to start at least because it doesn't take too long and also it's free. As long as you have a socket, you're gonna need an extension because those fuckers are a little deep down in there. Not too deep though. And then also if you just something to help remove some wiring harnesses when you're removing the trim, probably you shouldn't use a flathead screwdriver, but I'm going to, so sue me. All right, so let's go. So here's some issue shifting into reverse. It doesn't want to go all the way into it, or I think it's going over too far. So that's another issue. But see, right now my car's not doing anything. There, now it's in reverse. All right, so hopefully that didn't fuck with the microphone too much. I think it's still gonna be using that microphone right there, so it might be a little bit weird. But first, you're just gonna need to remove your shift knob. If you still have the stock shift knob and you've never removed it before, this might be a pain in the ass. I don't know what to tell you, sorry. I think I just had to do it really hard, like just fucking Winamp. All right, so this is a real heavy weighted shift knob. Heavy. All right, that's off. Second, go right here, get a little curl going, pop that out. Pretty easy, one of the easiest trim pieces to get off. But then the annoying part comes with, also, I think you're gonna wanna shift in all the way down. So fourth, yeah, that's it. And then you can just pull that off. My car's on, I have the AC running because it's 90 degrees apparently, but here in Florida we have humidity, so it feels like 100 and something. All right, so that's off, and then you have these two clips back here. These sort of suck. Like I said, you can grab that flathead. I'll try to do, there's one of them. This one is a little bit more annoying. Oh, I got it. All right, so you're just gonna wanna push down on these little tabs. Cool, so I didn't even have to use a screwdriver. Take this, woo, put it in the back seat. Woo. Cool. Next, try to remember the order that these things come off because, I don't know, it's good to put them back on in the right order. This thing over there. Very cool. Now you're gonna reveal these few little bolts here. That's when you grab your 10mm socket with the extension. As you can see, they're a little bit deep in there, so that's why you're gonna want the extension. I'm gonna turn the air down. Hopefully the wind wasn't too bad. All right, pop these fuckers off. All right, so remember, you're gonna wanna keep track of where you're putting these bolts. There's gonna be another 3, but the cool thing is that for these ones, there's 4 of them. Whereas the other one, there's 3 of them, so that should help you keep track right there. So next, you're gonna wanna take this guy off, boom. And then you have this thing, this little boot, pop that off. Nice and gnarly. All right, and then you just have these. This, just gonna fucking rip off here. Wow, this is fucking hot. Okay, boom. Cool. So, here's your shifter plate. So again, so this little guy right there is your reverse lock, the thing that allows your reverse lockout to go under it. This little thing right here, this thing that's sticking out of the shifter, that's your reverse lockout pin. So basically, when you go into 5th or 6th, you see it's pushing up against that. If you press down and go into reverse, it goes under it. Very cool. What's rattling down under there? Oh, probably the transmission, that makes sense. So anyways, so for me, when I go into 5th, I think the issue is gonna be, I don't know, so basically the goal is you want it to be perfectly lined up in 5th and 6th. So I don't know if the issue for mine is that it's not letting me go all the way over, or it's not letting me go all the way under. And then why 1st and 2nd isn't necessarily working. But I guess we'll just start to readjust it. So very easy. Loosen these 3 bolts a little, but do not take them off. And then you'll be able to see that. Now this thing can shift around. Yep, ow my God, it's fucking hot. Okay, so next, I'm gonna go into 5th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So, find exactly where 5th is. Too far over, boom, 5th. And then push the alignment plate just right up snug against it so that there's no gap. Ow man, I cannot convey how hot this is. All right, so there shouldn't be any gap at all. Boom, and then I'll try it again for 6th. All right, so 6th. My 6th right here has a little bit of, I think that's 6th. So I think I'm gonna personally line mine up with 5th because my 5th was the one that was sort of grinding. So now that you make sure there's no gap, pushed all the way up there. Now you can tighten these bolts. 1 second. Well, update, don't torque them down too much because look what just happened. Yep, this little fucker totally snapped off. So, I don't know what to do about that, honestly. I guess I'm just gonna have 2 bolts for the time being. That's unfortunate. I mean, I just hope these 2 don't move too much in the meantime until I can get a new one. These also don't have any like measurements on it, so I guess what I'll do is I'm gonna ask the Facebook group what size these are, or try to find it on the forums, and then go from there. And these ones are down pretty far tight, but I don't want to, now I'm scared to tighten them anymore. But they sort of like will strip out a little bit, like they still turn. And then this one again is an example of why you shouldn't keep turning them even more. Cool. All right, well, no matter what, that's done. So now, again, just sort of you can check the fitment, or the, you know, fit, 5th, 6th, 1st, 2nd, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Reverse. Cool. All right, now get this guy. I think most of them have like little arrows to show which way it goes up, but if not, I think they're all pretty similar. So now we'll just start reconstructing everything. Go. This guy. Now I do know that this one and this boot and this metal thing are not equal like squares, so they will have to go a certain orientation, which is this orientation. Also, if you ever want to permanently disable stability control, I believe that's the yaw sensor right here, so you can just unplug that. Fun fact. Okay, so now line these up, and then that's where these guys come in. All right, give me a second. All right, so these are all hand tightened down now. So now tighten them down. This wrench doesn't like ratcheting unless I use two hands, so I'll do that. All right, so those are now all tightened up. Get your fluffy thing. Fluffy thing goes in there, very good. Grab your trim. Whoop. Cool. Trim piece pops in, remember, all right, put it in fourth. Pop this guy on, pop this thing on. Make sure that's in neutral. Now, you're gonna, actually, let's still put this here and then plug these in. I'm gonna put the camera down for this because I'm gonna need two hands. So I got those hooked up, and then simple as just sort of pushing it in. Make sure, boom. All right, neutral, shift knob on. All right, I don't feel any weird. Reverse goes in fine. All right. Cool. All right. Boom. Well, that's all good. Let me go see if it fixes some of those weird grinds. But yeah, if so, hope you enjoyed. This is a pretty easy thing to do. If your shifter's being weird at all, might as well fuck with it. Just don't snap any of the bolts like I did. Haha, sick. All right, thanks for watching. Unfortunately, this angle is the best I can get. I can't actually get a video of the shifter just because I don't have any sort of like camera setup to do that. But all right, let's see if we can get some successful shifts in. I really hope it doesn't grind still. That would suck. Oh, there you go. That was a nice little one. No issues there. Let's see. I am worried that it's gonna like come loose easier now. Because there's only 2 bolts in it, so I'm gonna try to fix that as soon as possible. There's a nice little WRX right there. Carbon fiber trunk with a duck bill. That's tight. Hell yeah. Fit still gives that weird sound. So I'm not actually sure exactly what that is. But I will tell you that the first to second shift, I have no weird grinds or anything. There's a real Honda Civic Type R. Let's see, boy. I see 3 exhaust tips. Tight. I think that thing's real. More shifter testing. Fucking. 35/5 has that sound. Anyways, you can sort of hear that sound I'm talking about. Oh well. Well, I think that was a success.